Hey boys and girls, today we are on lesson 16-1, classify triangles. You'll need your workbook, a pencil, and that should be it. Go ahead and read our learning goal together. I can classify triangles. Okay, so we are on our solvent chair on page 621. Make sure we're good. Let's go ahead and read it together, and then I'm gonna have you try on your own. One triangle is shown. Draw 5 more triangles with different properties. Next to each triangle, list the properties such as 2 equal sides, 1 right angle, 3 acute angles, and so on. Work on your own to solve this problem. Okay, go ahead and give it a try. Alrighty, so triangles can be classified in 2 different ways, one by their angles, one by their side lengths. So if I'm first gonna look at the side lengths, right here we've got a isosceles triangle. And well, so I guess I could say 2 equal sides. So let's just think about how to classify with sides. If I draw a triangle like this, and we're gonna pretend when you have like a little line like that, that means equal to all those other sides. This one would have 3 equal sides. And then I'm gonna draw one that would have maybe a longer, a short, and a long. And this would have 0 equal sides. And really we have names for each of these kinds of triangles. This is an isosceles when you have 2 equal sides, equilateral for 3 equal sides, and scalene for 0 equal sides. There's another way to classify triangles, and that is with angles. So when we have an angle that is a right angle, that kind of triangle, hold on, sorry, beep, there we go. It's called a right triangle. When we have a triangle like our equilateral up here, where all of our angles on the inside are less than 90 degrees, so this is 90 degrees, all of these are less, we would call this acute triangle. And then if we have one angle that would be greater than 90 degrees, so like that angle right there is obviously bigger than that angle right there, then this is gonna be, again, not perfect, obtuse triangle. And those are the 6 different ways that we can classify triangles. That didn't work, did it? There we go. Alrighty, let's take a look at our essential question. How can you classify triangles? Well, they can be classified by their lengths of side. So equilaterals, all the same side. Isosceles, 2 the same size. And so like I did on the other one, you can kind of mark them like that to show which sides are equal, or like here and here, those would be marked to show which ones are equal. And then on the scalene, none of the sides are the same length. So our second way to classify, so each triangle you can classify in 2 ways. So for this one, we're gonna have a right triangle, just like I drew there with that little boxes there, that means 90 degrees. This one's acute because all the inside angles here are smaller than that L shape. So if you like look at it with an L shape, you know that all of them are smaller than that. Here we've got one that's greater. So our right triangle would go straight up right here. This is a little bit to the left. So obtuse has one angle that's greater. Okay, let's go ahead and peek over to our guided practice. We are on page 623. Can a right triangle have an obtuse angle? Why or why not? So if I draw a triangle that has a right angle like this, the only way to connect it is like that, to draw that line across. These angles right here are less than 90 degrees. So none of these angles in here, this is exactly 90 degrees. None of those angles in there are going to be greater than 90 degrees, so no. Can an equilateral triangle have only 2 sides of equal length? Why or why not? I want you to think about that one, enter your answer, and then we'll go over it. Okay, no. All 3 sides have to be equal. Alrighty, because if I have an isosceles and these two are identical and this one's the shorter one, then that's not equilateral. Equilateral has to have all three, and that one only has two. Oh, oops. Thicker lines, I guess. Okay, in questions 3 and 4, classify each triangle by its sides and then by its angles. You're gonna write 2 words for each of them. Here's number 3. We've got 3 centimeters for this length, 3 for this length, 3 for this length. And all the inside angles are 60 degrees. So I want you to think about the side. Is it gonna be equilateral, isosceles, or scalene? Should have said equilateral. And then I want you to think about the angles. Less than 90, less than 90, less than 90. So what type of angled triangle is it? Acute. Okay, so then number 4, we've got 9 and 9/10 inches, 7 inches, 7 inches. And then in here, it looks like we have 90 degrees and then little, so those would be smaller degrees. So first, just based on its side, is it isosceles, equilateral, or scalene? Well, 7 inches, 7 inches, those are the same. This one's longer, so it's got 2 sides the same. So we have our isosceles. Kind of a weird word to write. And then if I'm paying attention to the angles on the inside, I have a 90-degree angle right there. So right away, that means it's a right triangle. Okay, boys and girls, we are going to go over some more of these in group. Great job.